Kembo na tata Nzambi Amazulu kinfumu kiakuyisa lokumu na ya Kongo. I am Nabi Kefa. In this special broadcast, I am joined by Professor Kimoya, a specialist in the Congo language, a scholar, a theologian, and author. Professor Kimoya, welcome, Mama Kimoya. Please take some time to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. Matonda Mamingi. I would like to say Yenge Kie no Mukitatu Kemase, as we say in Kikongo, in our spiritual tradition. So, Nabi Kefas, I want to thank you for inviting me. I am Kimoya, Akwala Makutambuku. In Kikongo, we say Sediame Mbuta Makutambuku, Ngudiame Mama Badiengisa, or Yaya Badiengisa. So, I am a Congo. I was born in Congo Diamfua, the so-called Congo Brazzaville. And yes, I'm a theologian. I studied Protestant theology and Greek and Hebrew, biblical Hebrew. And so on my way, so to speak, on my spiritual way, Kongo revealed himself to me. And he told me that we are the true Hebrews, the true children of Israel. And at the same time, he sent Kimbangu to me. Kimbangu is a great spirit that works with me. Kimbangu is the one that sends me in mission in the Caribbean, for example. And what can I say? Yes, we working just like you, Brother Kefas, so as our people wake up. Because people who don't know where they come from, they don't go anywhere. So they go nowhere. So our God, Kongo, has opened our eyes. Now we see, now we know who we are, and we know that the way is open, widely open before us, and the blessings of Kongo are following us. So thank you for inviting me. Today, I'm going to talk about our scripts. We find our scripts in the Bible, the so-called Ashuri Hebrew or Aramaic, but in fact, our script was changed. The Bible that we have today, we don't see in those Bibles our scripts. We see Aramaic. We don't see the original script. The original script is Paleo Congo, or the so-called Paleo Hebrew. So this is what I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to focus my intervention on our holy or divine trigram, because it's about the trigram and not a tetragrammaton as traditionally, accepted.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you received the mission and the revelation from Mfumu Kimbangu of Uluzu Kimbangu.
Yeah.
Yes, that's amazing. That's amazing. I believe that many people are getting the revelation of Kimbangu, even those who are in the so-called Pentecostal churches, evangelical churches.
Mm-hmm.
They are being visited by the great Mfumu Kimbangu of Uluzu Kimbangu. And that's amazing. That tells us that we are really in the times of, let me call it revelation or awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, there is a consensus among linguists that the language of the Kemites, to say the ancient Egyptian, was a proto-Bantu language. And people like Fergus Sherman writes that the vocabulary of the ancient Egyptian language is closely related to the Bantu languages of East, Central, and Southern Africa.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, the linguistic connections form a symbiotic relationship in terms of commonality between languages that are genetically related.
Mhm.
And a genetic relationship means that at some stage in the past, the language descended from a common language called a proto-language, more specifically the ancestral language. And in this case, the proto-Bantu is the proto-language is a proto-Bantu language. So there is a connection between ancient Egyptian language, the Paleo Hebrew, and the Kikongo. So without further ado, we will jump into the presentation of Professor Kimoya, and she will reveal some amazing truths and facts. Okay, so we're not just plucking things from the air, but these are facts, and these facts will reveal to you and everyone who's watching that the ancient Paleo Hebrew is in actuality the Paleo Kikongo, and that's amazing. Now there is a missionary of the 18th century. He wrote a book in 1777. His name is Abe Proyat. In his book, The Kingdom of Luango, Kakango, and Ngoyo, he writes, the ancient people of Congo, these people, the Congo, the language of the ancestors and the language that they speak today is connected with the Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. And that's amazing. Now that brings me to John 19, where the Bible tells us that Pilate, when he wrote a plaque above the crucifix of Jesus, that he wrote a text in 3 languages, in Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. And it is exact the same thing that Abe Proyat, a Belgian missionary, writes in his book, that the Congo people, they have in their languages Hebrew, Greek, and Latin words. And his question is, where does this come from? But we know Pastor Mello wrote a book revealing the Kikongo roots in Latin. And today we will reveal the roots, the true Hebrew, which is Paleo Kikongo. So without further ado, let's go to the presentation, and I surrender the platform to Professor Kimoya, who is a specialist in the Kikongo language. Salama Bena Zulu Bena Kongo.
So thank you once again, Matondo, for inviting me, for welcoming me, and Matondo for this work, because we're working together, and we are one people, and we are united, and I'm very, very happy for the job we're doing together, and with Dr. Dalton as well.
Yes,
So Congo's divine trigram. In the Bible, people say that the name of God is a tetragrammaton. And today we're going to see that it's not a tetragrammaton, but a trigram. The tetragrammaton comes afterwards because we can add letters and then form a tetragrammaton and so on. So we're going to talk about the name of the Supreme Being, the real name of the Supreme Being, how it should be pronounced, the real name of the 7-branched candelabrum, or the so-called menorah, and the real name of the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant, you know that in biblical Hebrew or in Aramaic Hebrew, it's Aaron a Berit.
Aaron Berit, yes.
Berit, yes. or Abirit, it depends. And the name of the supreme being is, they say, Yehovah, Yahuwah, sometimes Adonai. Well, we're going to see that this is a first reading. It's not false, but it's the first reading. Can we go down, please, Brother Kefas? So who are the Congos? The Congos are the original people, because all Kamites, all Africans, have their roots in Congo. And I'm going to quote Professor Kobe Gomez, who explained that the Congo epic, excuse me, who explained the Congo epic with great erudition. He says, all the elements of human civilization appeared in the Congo Basin and nowhere else. These facts are verifiable based on absolute chronology. We now have datings which are absolute datings. Today, we no longer talk about carbon-14 or potassium argon. We are talking about absolute radiometric dating. With the Congo, humanity has a vast museum of the sedimentation of human genius. Congo Katiopa or Congo Kathiopa is a prehistoric and early period in which African man developed the primordial Congo spiritual tradition. So when we talk about Congo, we talk about spirit, first of all, spirituality. So this is an extract from the conference, the conference he gave on Queen Zinga of Angola. So you can find it in YouTube. Can we go down, please? So the Congo are at the origin of the Egyptian and Canaanite civilizations. So I'm not going to read, but everybody knows that. It all started in Congo Kathiopa with the Nubians, okay? And then they went, they left their country to go to find water, and then they settled eventually settled in Egypt and in the land of Canaan as well. So can we go down, please?
That's right.
So Canaan, the Congos, founders of the Egyptian civilization, also settled in the land of Canaan. Of these Canaanites from Egypt, here is what historian, Burkinabe historian Sidoyan Thomas says. It tells us, some European historians will say today that the Canaanites were not a Negro African population, but rather a Leucoderma population. But that's not what history tells us. In 7001 BC, the Assyrian king Sennacherib fight and conquered Canaan. This battle and this defeat for the Canaanites, you can find it in the London Museum. It is called the engraving of Lachish. So you can see yourself with absolute certainty that they were Africans. Can you show us, please, the pictures? So this is King Sennacherib. And as you can see, look at his profile, look at their profiles. They are white people. And then let us look at the Hebrews. Look at the Hebrews. Look at their frizzy hair. And their dolichocephalic head, and they are prognathic as well. So these are African people. And this engraving has been done by the Assyrians themselves. So they made a difference between themselves. They represented themselves as white people, and they represented the Hebrews as black people. There is no confusion at all. Can we go down, please? So the Hebrews, or the Canaanites, were black people. And the language they would speak was a Congo language. The language we find in the Bible is a distorted, the script we find in the Bible is a distorted script. The Bible was written in Paleo Congo. And the people who distorted the language wanted to erase our history, to erase us. But I will come back to this afterwards. So the Congo's divine trigram. So in the light of the Congo script, we're going to decrypt 3 major coded symbols of the so-called Israelism. First, the so-called tetragrammaton, then the 7-branched candelabrum, the so-called menorah, and the Ark of the Covenant. Where is the Ark? Old Testament researchers and people specializing in exegesis have looked into the questions, but have never succeeded in elucidating this mystery. Maybe they were not looking in the right place. What if Central Africa was the key to the enigma? So in this Zoom, we intend to show through our scripts that the Congo ancestral code, that is the Ark of the Covenant, the tetragrammaton, and the 7-branched candelabrum are a heritage from Congo insiders or the Ngunzas.
The Ngunzas.
Yeah. And in ancient times, they were called Levites. Can we go down, please? So first part, let's start with the hieroglyphs, I identified in Congo, because we Congo people, we are a mixture of ancient Hebrews and ancient Egyptians.
Okay, nice.
We have to know that we are at the same time Judeans or Jews and Egyptians. So the first example, is a stone, the so-called Kyozo's engraved stone, which was found in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, in the province of Central Congo. Many art historians have looked at it, and they say that it was a cosmogram. It was the testimony of a Congo, some Congo signs, but they are nothing to do with hieroglyphs. And then I looked at it, and what my ancestors showed me was just amazing. There are hieroglyphs inside. And prominent white art historians, such as Dr. Robert Files Thompson, say it's a Congo cosmogram, so a representation of the universe, and that it can be reversed, the top part pointing downwards and the bottom part pointing upwards. So we're going to see that if it's possible to reverse it. Can we go down, please? So this is what I discovered, hieroglyphs. So I identified 20 signs in Gardner's sign list, which is enormous. We have the sign S34, which is the ankh, the cross ankh, and we have a sign M24, which is the rash that would grow in Upper Egypt. Can you go down, please? So this is a table of what I discovered. So M24, the rash, S34, the cross ankh, and N5, the sun, Amun-Re, and N8, the shining sun. So can we go down, please? So if we follow what Mr. Fabrice Thompson says, if we reverse the picture, what will we obtain? We can't reverse it. Because if we reverse it, the root of the rush will then point upwards. And as you can see, it simply makes no sense at all. So our ancestors, they oriented the rush. I'm working, and I'm working. Okay? Excuse me, it's my husband. I'm working.
He wants some attention, huh?
I'm working.
Can happen.
So yes, so I was talking about the rush. So if we reverse the picture, the rush, the root of the rush will then look upwards. So it doesn't make sense at all. So this is a translation. I'm not a specialist of hieroglyphs, but I try to translate. So this is a translation. From heaven, Amon-Ra, or Nzambi, created life, Ankh. From heaven, he made rain fall. He created the sun for us. He gave us water, the water we needed. So once again, this is a text which is related to our spirituality, and I can say that it's a holy text. Can we go down, please? So these are other hieroglyphs I identified in Congo. First, a teke necklace. The teke are Congos as well. A teke necklace where I identified 11 hieroglyphs or signs. N35, N33, N15, etc. And another picture, a Yambe young lady bearing on her abdomen hieroglyphs. So I won't say, I will stop here for hieroglyphs. Can we go down, please? So second part, the Massif of Lovo. The Massif of Lovo, what it is. It dates back, the scripts that were found in the Massif of Lovo dates back to 200,000 to 300,000 years ago.
My goodness. Wow.
And it's a place where I identify the Paleo Hebrew or Paleo Congo script in the province of Central Congo, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Can we go down, please? So this is the fresco, part of the fresco that you find in the Mbafu cave. Dr. Ron Dalton says that Igbo language consists of Hebrew and Egyptian. It's the same as for Kikongo. And this fresco was called by white researchers, was called as, how can I put it? They call it rock art, the rock art. So I came back to it and I really, really observed it. And what I found is just, I can't find the words. Amazing. Amazing is not enough.
Incredible.
Something else. Can we go down, please? So what is the Massif of Lovo? The Massif of Lovo consists of hundreds of limestone massifs, which spread over 430 square kilometers. They are home to numerous caves. 117 sites have been listed, including 20 decorated caves, which represents more than 5,700 rock paintings, in the words of white researchers. Rock paintings. Can we go down, please? So this is a picture of one of the caves. I would like to quote a white archaeologist and historian, such as it's Geoffroy Emlich, who did his doctoral dissertation on l'art rupestre du massif de Lovo, the rock art of the massif of Lovo. This man has a biased and a scientific speech on these writings, calling them rock art. So this is what Mr. Emlich says, among others. The rock art of Central Africa is still largely unknown today. So there is no room at all for any writing in Black Africa. No room at all. It's just a matter of rock art. Since Black Africa has no writing. Can we go down? So this is the map of the Lovo. We have the Atlantic Ocean and the Lovo in the province of Central Congo. Can we go down, please? This is a general view of the massif of Lovo. So we can see, so there is a village, the name of which is Lovo. So we can see a lady leaving the village of Lovo, and we don't know where she's going, but we can see the caves. This is the massif of Lovo.
Right there.
Yeah. Can we go down, please? So let's go back to the Mbafu cave, the so-called rock art. So this is part of the fresco, and this is what Mr. Emlich called rock art. Let us observe it. Please, yes, let us observe it, rock art. Here, I wrote rock art with a question mark. Rock art, let's go down. So once again, I closely examined this fresco, and this is what I discovered. Paleo-Hebrew, or the so-called, or Paleo-Congo. The so-called Paleo-Hebrew, which is in fact Paleo-Congo. And I identified 14 consonants out of 20 of the Paleo-Congo alphabet. Out of 22, excuse me, 22 consonants. I identified 14 consonants. So then I compared them to what was found in the so-called Middle East, that is today Israel, today's Palestine. And so let's look at it. So we here on the left, we have the shin I identified in the Mbafu cave. On the right, we have the shin that was found in the Middle East. And when you go down, we have the shin of the Gezer calendar. The Gezer calendar, which dates back to the 10th century BC. Let's go on. Let's move on. So we have the resh, excuse me. It's a reversed resh or a resh, the one I discovered identified in the Mbafu cave, and on the right, the resh that was discovered in the Middle East, or a kaf. Let's go down. We have the tet. So on the right, on the left, excuse me, the tet of the Mbafu cave, and on the right, the tet of the Middle East. We go down, we have the mem of the Mbafu cave, and on the right, the mem of the Middle East. You can see that the same letters, it's the same letters. The aleph of the Mbafu cave and the aleph of the Middle East. Let's go down. So on the left, we have a calf. What is a calf? A calf, it's the end. In Kikongo, we say coffee. This is coffee. But coffee, it's also this coffee. So coffee or calf is the hand.
Mm-hmm.
And the hands have 5 fingers, and we can count them here. The calf of the Mbafu cave has 5 fingers, and when we compare it to the calf that was found in the Middle East, this calf has only 3 fingers. So what happened? My hypothesis is that when our ancestors, when they moved to Egypt and Canaan, they needed to write rapidly. So it's easier to write a calf with 3 fingers than writing a calf with 5 fingers. This is my hypothesis, but I haven't checked it yet. I'm still working on it. Then we have the tav of the Mbafu cave, and on the right, the tav of the Middle East. On the left, the lamed of the Mbafu cave. On the right, that of the Middle East. The vav of the Mbafu cave. On the right, the vav of the Middle East. Then the chet, or the ket, because the consonant chet can be realized as ke as well, but I will come to this afterwards. Then the chet, or the ket of the Mbafu cave, and the chet, or the ket of the Middle East. The kof is this in Kikongo. When we do this is a kofi. So the kof, or the kofi of the Mbafu cave, and the kof, or the kofi of the Middle East. And then the dalet of the Mbafu cave and the dalet of the Middle East. Can we go down, please? Then the dalet, which looks like a fish, the dalet of the Mbafu cave and the dalet of the Middle East. This is Proto-Canaanite. And then we have the yod, or the yud. What it is? What is it? The yud is the calf plus the joint of the elbow. So it is this. I don't know if you can see me. It's this.
Yes, I can see you.
All this and the hand as well. This is the yud. And in Kikongo, so it's eventually the arm, the elbow, the joint of the elbow and the hand. And in Kikongo, when we do something with using the hand, a lot of verbs begin with the sound yud. For example, when you want to peel off, you say yula, because when you peel off, you use your hand. When you want to take a shower, you say yobila or yubila, because you use your hand to wash your body, and so on. So this is the yud of the Mbafu cave and the yud of the Middle East. And once again, we can notice that the yud of the Middle East has lost 3 fingers for the same reason. It is my hypothesis. It's more easier to write a yud with 2 fingers than 5 fingers. It takes time. Then we have the ka. The ka, it is this, like this. I don't know if you can see me. It's someone who is raising his arms.
Yeah, 2 arms raised.
Yeah. So we have the ka of the Mbafu cave and the ka of the Middle East, which at the same time hieroglyphic and Proto-Canaanite writing. So can we go down, please? So let's resume the Mbafu cave. 14 Paleo-Hebrew or Paleo-Congo consonants out of the 22 of the Paleo-Hebrew alphabet. Dalet, Tav, Aleph, or Daleti, Tavi, Alephi, Vavi, Lamedi, Kafi, we can say that, Yud, Mem, or Memi, Tet, Teti, Kofi, Shin. Shin is how can I put it? A shin is a teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And in Kikongo, a teeth is called dinu. And here we have shinu. It's the same root.
Shinu.
So we can say here shinu.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the samek or sameki. And the het or the ket or the cheti or the keti. So this is what Mr. Hemlich called rakat. These are letters, consonants. Can we go down, please? So what is the meaning of all this? Is there any hidden message or any code to read in this fresco? The answer is yes. So these were my first findings, and I'm still working on it. So let's start with the Ka, the vital force, life force. In ancient Egypt and in ancient Israel, the Ka was the vital force. The Ka was given to each person by the supreme being, the creator. And in the Congo culture, in Kikongo, you can't do any physical effort without your Ka. Your Ka is your vital force. Because you need your vital force to invest your body in an action. For example, vumbuka, to wake up. Excuse me. My mobile phone is ringing. So, vumbuka, to wake up. You wake up thanks to your vital force. Nanguka, to rise. You rise thanks to the Ka, your vital force. Dumuka, to jump. Same thing, you jump thanks to your vital force. Pamuka, to be scared. And when you're scared, your body reacts with the strength of the Ka. And you know that when someone is dead, there is no Ka at all. The Ka has left the body. Can we go down, please? So let's compare the Ka of Pharaoh Hawibre Middle Kingdom, 13th dynasty, with the Ka of the Mbafu cave. Look at it. Same thing. And the Ka of Pharaoh or Hawibre has five, the hands, each hand has 5 fingers, just like in the Ka of the Mbafu cave. Can we go down, please? So first point, the so-called tetragrammaton. So what about the Ka in the Bible? We first find it in the name of the creator, the so-called tetragrammaton, when written in Proto-Canaanite or in Paleo Hebrew or in Paleo Kongo. The He, yes, here we have, so let's look at what I wrote down. We have Yud, He, Vav, He. It's here. Yud, He, Vav, He. So this is Yud, He, Vav, He. This is Aramaic. And this is what we find in the Bible, in the Hebrew Bible, Hebrew. And so this is what people know. And this is what people think that it's Hebrew. This is not Hebrew. This is not our script. This is Aramaic. So this is the He. The He is at the same time a Ka. Here we have a Ka. So one can read Yud, He, Vav, He, or Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke. The Vav is is called a multilectionist. It's a consonant that help reading the vowel O or the vowel U. So here we have a O or a U. Here we have a H or a K. Now, if we read this as a K or a K, because this is a K, as you can see, we have K, O, K. And we can read cock. Here we have the yud or the yod, and the yod vocalized A is ya. We have Yakok. Now, in Kikongo linguistic, we know that the K can be pronounced ng. Here there is a very interesting reading, because we have cock or ngong or ngok or kong. And we know that one of the name of the supreme being in Kikongo is Kongo, Akongo, Yakongo, Makongo. So the tetragrammaton read as Yakok here could be in fact Yakongo. Let us test this hypothesis. Let's go down, please. So this is what I was telling. In Kikongo, the sound K or Nke is sometimes pronounced Nge. It means that the K can be realized as Nge. For example, Konde becomes Ngonda, mouse. Nkoi becomes Ngo, leopard. Nkombo becomes Ngombe, meat of goat or cattle meat or goat meal. So you express your habit to be used to doing something, your habit, with a ka or a nga in Kikongo. Yimbilaka becomes Yimbilanga, to be used to singing. Sonikaka becomes Sonikanga, to be used to writing. Salaka becomes Salanga, to be used to working. Diataka becomes Diatanga, to be used to walking. So as K can be Nge, Yakok can be read as Yakong. And the missing vowel being O, because our alphabets, all African alphabets are consonantal alphabets. We don't have the vowel. To read the text, we need to know the language very well. So here, the missing vowel is O, and the complete name of the supreme being is Ya Kongo.
Yes. So,
but here we have Congo. Can we go back to the precedent slide, please?
To the next?
Yes. Not this one, the precedent. Yes. Thank you, this one. So here we have Congo. With the Yud, we have Ya Kongo. And we know that in Congo, the name of the holy being is Akongo, Yakongo, Makongo. We always have Congo. And Congo here is written with three consonants. K, Vav, K, which is a trigram.
K, Vav, K.
Yeah. The Yud is added, but we could add a mem, Makongo. Okay,
yeah,
we could add the aleph,
the Yud or the mem.
Yeah. So here we have a trigram. Can we go down, please?
Yeah, excellent.
Can we go down, please? So let's go back to the Bible. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. If my people who are called by my name, Kongo, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and will heal their land. So Congo is a people. Congo is the land. Congo is the language. Congo is in fact all Africa, because everything started in Congo-Cathiopa, the Great Lakes region. And Congo is eventually the name of the holy being, the creator. So here we have the so-called tetragrammaton. In there is this is half of the hay here. It's missing. Half of the hay is missing. Anyway, so here we have Yud, He, Vav, He.
Yes.
We can say Yahuwah, Yehovah, etc. And the same name here, Aleph, Resh, Vav, Nun. We'll come back to this script. And here we have, so as a tetragrammaton, Yud, He, Vav, He. Here we have Congo, the trigram. And here it's the same writing, the same Congo writing, because the He is a K, okay? Here we have 3 branches, 1, 2, 3. Here as well, 3 branches, 1, 2, 3. So the K can be reverse, and we have this consonant, but it's the same one, because our letters are, how can I put it? It's about mathematics as well. This is a Yud. A Yud with this still how we put it in English? Stylized fingers. Here we have only 2 fingers and the joint of the elbow here. Okay, so this is a Yud. This is a He or a Ka. This is a Vav and a He or a Ka. And same thing here. So we have here the divine trigram Congo, here as well, Congo, here as well, Congo. Let's go down, please. So let's compare. It was what I was telling. Here we have the Aramaic script, Yud, He, Vav, He. So it's Yahuwah or Yahweh or
Jehovah.
Jehovah as well. Thank you, Jehovah. Or Adonai. And let's take the He. When we rotate it, we have a Ka. Look at it. So, and let's compare with the Egyptian Ka. It's the same. When the He is reversed, rotated, we have a Ka. So this is the Ka of the Bible in Paleo Hebrew, and this is the Ka of the Mbafu cave. It's the same. And with a central axis, look at this central axis, we have the same in the Mbafu cave. In the Egyptian Ka, we don't have the central axis, but in the original Ka, we have a central axis. So here we have Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke. It's Yakok or Yakong. With the Aramaic script, you can't have this reading. It's impossible. So what happened? They changed our script to hide the truth. With this script, you can't see that this is in fact a Ka, and that this should be read Yakok or Yakongo. Impossible. So can we go down, please?
It is a profound revelation, for those who are paying attention.
Indeed. Indeed. Our ancestors are opening our eyes so as to let us know who you are. Who we are, excuse me. Let's compare again. So here we have the Aramaic script, Elohim.
Elohim.
You know, when the Jews say Elohim, sometimes they say Elohim.
Yes, I know.
Because
yes,
they know that the He
it's also a K.
is in fact a Ka.
Mm-hmm.
They know it,
They
they
know.
hide it as well at the same time. Okay, here we have a K, and when you rotate it, you have a Ka. So this is the Ka of the Bible, and when you cut it here, look, you obtain the Ka of the Mbafu cave. And when you rotate it, this Ka, you obtain this He with 3 branches. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this is the Ka that is used to write the name of the Supreme Being. Otherwise, Yud, Ka, Vav, Ka, Yakok or Yakongo. Can we go down, please? So let's go back to the Mbafu cave. Can we decrypt? Of course, we can. Here we have the calf, okay? The calf is here. Yes, okay, this is a calf. So can you show it with your mouse, please, Brother Kefas? This calf, this one. So this is, okay, this one, okay, this is a calf. And then the vav here, the vav, and then the calf. So it's what we have in the Mbafu cave. The calf here is 5 fingers. Here.
Yes, this one. Eh?
Yeah, this one. This one. So it's this one. No, first this one. Or this one or the other. This one. This one. The one I'm pointing.
Oh, I can see you while you're pointing at.
Okay. So this is the calf. This is the vav and the calf. So we have cock or Congo. And this is the mem. So the mem is an added consonant to this trigram. And you can see that it's a trigram because the consonants are linked to one another by this, how can I put it? It's some kind of branch or a line. This line.
Root.
This line is linking the 3 consonants.
Yes,
because it's a trigram. Otherwise, they would have been separated.
Yes.
But they stand together because it's a trigram. So here we have Kok or Kong or Congo. And with the mem, we have one of the name of the Supreme Being, which is Ma Kongo. Here we read Ma Kongo. Ma Kongo. In Bunda Congo, we have their hymns. They talk about Oma Kongo or Ma Kongo. It's here, Ma Kongo. And this dates back to at least 200,000 years.
200,000
years. 200,000 years to 300,000 years. So it was the beginning of the man, of humanity.
Ancient. It's a very
ancient. Very ancient. Before the Bible.
Before the Bible, yes. Before
the
Bible.
Before everything.
Septuagint.
Before
before the Masoretic text.
Yeah. Before everything.
Even before the Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Yeah. This is the most ancient testimony of human script.
My goodness.
The most ancient. So let's go on. So here we can read Kongo. Kongo. And then if we consider the Lamed, this is a Yud. But the Yud is combined with a Lamed because in our script, letters are combined. It's rather not complicated, but it's elaborated. So here we have a Lamed. And once again, the Kaf, Lamed, Kaf. So we have que le que, or que le. And when you hear que le, your first thought is Kalunga.
Yes, the Kalunga.
Yeah, Kalunga.
Also the primordial waters.
Yeah.
The water of origins.
Yeah. At the same time, the name of the supreme being is the origin of the origins. So here we have Ka, okay, vocalized A, Lamed, vocalized U, and K, Nge, vocalized A. We have Kalunga. Kalunga, which another divine name. So here we have two divine names, Kongo and Kalunga.
It is amazing, amazing.
And yes, really. And here with the tet, with the tet. This is a tet. So the letter T with the tet we read because we have the same pattern here. Kaf, Lamed, Kaf. So we read Ta Kalunga or Ta Kongo. And this time, when you read Ta Kongo, our ancestors wanted to stress on, how can I put it? On the masculinity. Of our God. And with Kongo, it's his femininity.
The feminine aspect.
Yeah, feminine aspect and masculine aspect.
Divinity is double.
Yeah, indeed.
Divinity has both sides.
Indeed.
Yes. But that's actually a very difficult aspect for people to understand coming from Christianity. Because from the mind of Christianity, they think that God only has one aspect, and that is masculine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Our people has been completely, how can I put it? We have been cheated. Cheated by white people. Now we have to come back to what we are, to the reality of our being.
Yes.
We are the people of the Supreme Being. And the Supreme Being has two aspects, masculine one and feminine one.
Yes.
This is essential. Okay, can we go down, please? So let's go further. This is the Kaf of the Mbafu caves, the Kaf of the Middle East, and when you take into consideration the elbow joint, we read Yud. So this is the Yud. And when we take here, we read Yud and Vav. The Vav is O. We read Ye-O. We read Yo.
Oh, yes.
Yo, yeah. Yo. And the divine name, so it's a divine name Yo. We have it in the Bible. So this divine name Yo was used by our Hebrew ancestors. For example, Yehoshua or Yoshua. And in Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 21, I read, and I commanded in fact, Joshua, at that time, saying, thine eyes have seen all that the Lord your God has done unto these two kings. So shall the Lord do unto all the kingdoms whither thou passest. Joshua is a divine name. Can we go down, please? So, a tetragrammaton or a trigram? Now we know. Our first conclusion is that the tetragrammaton, Yahuwah, under this tetragrammaton, there is another divine name, which is a trigram, Kongo. So this is my first conclusion. Can we go down, please? Second point, the so-called seven-branched candelabrum or menorah. So from Paleo Kongo script, now we know that Paleo Hebrew is in fact Paleo Kongo. It's our script. What is the real pronunciation of the name of this candelabrum? Is it menorah? So this is what we'll see. In the African Middle East, in the absence, this is history. So in the African Middle East, in the absence of its speakers who had returned to mainland Africa because they had been driven out by white invaders, Hebrew, a black language, became a dead language, having ceased to be spoken for at least 17 centuries. This is the reason why the Masoretes created a diacritical marks and a pronunciation system to revive the language and enable practicing Jews, white Jews, who did not speak Hebrew, to read the language of the Bible, which was only made of consonants. The Masoretes are Jewish scholars who, from the 7th century to the 10th century AD, vocalized the text of the Bible because they didn't know, the Jews, the white people didn't know the language. So they needed to have vowels so as to read the text. So Burkinabe historian Sidoyen Thomas sheds light on the reason why consonantal alphabets were vocalized. Can we go down, please? This is what he says. All the consonantal alphabets originate from Africa. They all originated from hieroglyphs. And when you transliterate, hieroglyphs using other writing systems, you can only obtain consonants. The hieroglyphic script is made of consonants. This is why the Canaanite alphabet, Proto-Canaanite, Phoenician, Paleo-Hebrew, is consonantal as well. When vowels are added, it means that the people who are trying to read what is written in these consonantal alphabets cannot do so. It also means that the people who are adding these vowels are not African. They are inevitably white. So this is a quotation from Sidoyen Thomas. Comment l'origine des Hébreux et des Cananéens a été cachée. How the origins of the Hebrews and the Canaanites has been hidden. So you can find it in YouTube. Can we go down, please? So I continue from Paleo Kongo script. What is the real pronunciation of the name of this candelabrum? Modern Hebrew as a living language was only born in the 19th century thanks to the Haskalah movement, that is the Jewish Enlightenment. People will easily understand that between the language of the Congos, the real Hebrews, and that of the Masoretes, there is a huge abyss. Can we go down, please? So, what is the spelling of the seven-branched candelabrum, the real spelling? Is it menorah or is it something else? Here we have the spelling in Aramaic. This is what we find in the Bible with the vocalization. Mem, Nun, Vav, Resh, He. And this is a sheva. A sheva is a vowel. It can be read as E or E. This is a kamatz, which is a, and this is a holem, which is a O. So with the help of the vowels, mem become me, nun with the holem become no, resh with the kamatz become ra, menorah, menorah. This is what we find in the Bible, in Hebrew, in their Hebrew. Now, this is the same candelabrum, the name of the candelabrum in Paleo Congo or in Paleo Hebrew. What do we have? Here, it's the mem. Here, the nun. And this nun is somewhat strange. One can easily recognize a snake.
Yes, yes.
This is a snake. This is a vav, the vav. So the vav is sometimes lying and sometimes it is standing.
Yes.
Depends. This one is standing, this one is lying. This is a resh. This is a resh, and this is the he or a ka. So mem, nun, vav, resh, ka, or here, it's the same. Mem, nun, vav, resh, ka. The mem is, how, as you can see here, it is water. And water in Kikongo is called mba, mamba, or za, maza. Mba or mamba. But mba is also the fire. Because in Kikongo, one word may express one thing and its contrary. So mba is at the same time the water and the fire. And remember that the menorah was the lamp that was standing in the temple of Jerusalem. It was a lamp, then so a fire. So here we have menorah, read as white people pronounce it. But if we read it in our vision, Congo vision, it will give something else. Because in our script, our letters are not only alphabetical letters, but they are also pictograms.
Yes.
That is pictures.
Yes.
So this is the pictogram of the water or fire, and at the same time, it is the alphabetical letter, mem. This is a pictogram of a snake. At the same time, it is an alphabetical letter, nun. This is the vavi, which is some kind of, how can I put it in English? Some kind of, it's not a key.
A nail.
I will come back to it after.
A
But
hook.
this is not a hook. Thank you. A hook. Thank you. A hook. Thank you. So this is a hook, the pictogram of a hook, and at the same time, a mater lectionis. That is a consonant that is read as a vowel. O or U. This is the resh, pictogram of the head, or the letter resh, R. And this is the he or the ka. So this can be read as he or ka, and the ka, so this is the letter, the he or ka, and at the same time, the pictogram of life, ka.
Yes.
So let's go down, please. So I would like to stress an important point of our grammar and linguistic. The letter resh can be pronounced K. In Masoretic Hebrew, we have rosh, tet, and in Kikongo, we have koshi, the back of the head, the back of the head, or the head, koshi.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to hear my father say the koshi.
Koshi. So the back of the head. But we can say kosi as well. And kosi or kosi is a lion. And kosi is a chief, a king. Because
the
king is a head. Yes, yes. So as we can see here, the R of Rosh can be pronounced K.
K.
Becomes Koshi. Room, meaning height in Masoretic Hebrew. In Kikongo, we have Kumi, which is the number 10. And 10 is at the same time the highest number, because after 10, we resume from 0. Okay? So it's the highest number. And in the Masoretic Hebrew, room is height. Room, height, and kumisa, to glorify, to put on the highest level. And here we have ruach or ruach, which is wind, storm, and we have nkuka or nkuka, which is in the Congo, storm or flood. And we see that the resh become K here. Here we have a N, because in Kikongo we have what we call double articulation consonants. But the main consonant here is K and not N, because the double consonant is not written. We only write the main consonant, which is K here. Which means that when one wants to read our script, it can't read the double articulation consonant. Impossible. So he has to know the language very well to read. So in this rule, we can see that R become K, which allows us to read something totally new as compared with the menorah. Can we go down, please? So here we have the Congo, Paleo Congo spelling of menorah, or Paleo Hebrew, the mem here, the nun, the vav, the resh, and the ka. So mem is the letter M, but it is also the image of water. So here we know that the candelabrum was the light of God. So here it can't be water. Here we have mba, that is fire. And here, as we have seen, the resh can be pronounced ke. And here we have the nun, which is a snake. When a snake is coiled, it forms a circle. And in Kikongo, a circle, is called ngo. So here we have a strange reading, very strange reading. Excuse me. So mba here, K instead of resh, vav, and nun. And when a snake is coiled, it's ngo. So here, but this is a very, how can I put it? It's the language of initiates. So
Yeah.
here we have Kongo. So Congo, Congo. And here we have the Mba, that is fire. Mba Kongo Ka. Ka is life. Mba Kongo Ka, which means the light of Congo is life.
Mm-hmm.
The light of Congo is light. Congo being the supreme being. The
Wow.
light of Congo is life. Ka, life. The light of Congo brings us life. So here we have Mba Kongo Ka, or if we read the mem as the letter mem, adding the vowel A, we have Ma Kongo Ka,
Kongo Ka.
which is not very, very pertinent because the menorah, the candelabrum, was a light. So to me, the appropriate name would be Mba Kongo Ka.
Yes.
So the menorah, in fact, is Mba Kongo Ka. The light of Congo is life, or the light of Congo brings us life. And this is the light, the candelabrum that was shining in the temple of Jerusalem.
Wow. It's amazing revelation. Yeah. So there's clearly a huge enigma, a mystery hidden in the word menorah, which is in fact Mba Kongo Ka.
Yeah.
The fire of Congo is life, or the light of Congo is life.
Yes. And hidden in the word menorah, we have Congo.
Yes.
In the middle, just in the middle. Look at it.
Yeah, in the center.
Yeah, in the center.
In the
and
center.
Congo, when you say Congo, in Kikongo, Congo, it means in the center. And this stands in the center.
Yes, Congo. Exactly. Like in the book of Isaiah 42, it says that the Lord, Yahweh, sitteth upon the circle of the earth.
Yeah.
Hebrew word there, kog, is actually Kong.
Kong.
Circle, middle, center. That's amazing. So Congo is the center.
Indeed. Yeah.
Incredible.
You talked about it in your Zoom with Dr. Dalton because I followed you and I wanted to say something about it in relation with Hog.
Yes. That's right. Yes. I have like many of our brothers, Congo brothers, I also do research in the Hebrew Strongs to connect them with the Congo words. So there are many. Even Bakongo is there, hidden. In the Bible code.
Yeah, of course.
Ngumza. I've seen Ngumza in the Bible code. Many things.
There are so many things, and God, Ya Congo, Oma Congo, Ma Congo is revealing us who He is and who we are. It's just amazing and it's extraordinary. He has never forgotten us.
Yeah, who
the
could
time
have
for
imagined?
us to open our eyes, to stand up. Yeah.
Wow, they did this. It is truly revealing, awesome. I really pray that those who are watching will get this revelation and this revealing, that they will receive it, especially those who are in the ministry of pastors, evangelists, apostles. I know it's a challenge, but may the Spirit of Congo reveal and convince you that we are the ancient people who were the custodians of the mysteries and secrets of the Most High, the knowledge of the universe, which is also scientific. Meita Nzambi truly be merciful and gracious unto our people to restore us, the people who are called by his name. Congo. It's time to wake up. Like we say in Lingala, Tolamuka.
Tolamuka. Twavumbuka, twatelama.
Ingeta.
Yeah.
Yes, amazing, amazing. So we can continue.
Okay, so can we go down, please? So it's the same grammar and linguistic rules. So the same grammar and linguistic rules are applied to read the real name of the Ark of the Covenant. Now, the next point is about the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
This is the name, the spelling of the Ark, Aaron, in Aramaic, so in the Hebrew of the Bible. Aleph, Resh, Vav, Nun. This is a final Nun. And we read from right to left. And this is the same name in our script. Aleph, Resh, Vav, Nun. And the Nun is a snake, as you know. Can we go down, please? So, what do we have here? This is Aleph. The Resh, which can be read as a K, the Vav, which is the O, and the snake, when it is coiled, it's an O. And then we read A Kongo.
A Kongo.
The Ark of the Covenant, Aruna Berit in their language, is in fact A Kongo. A Kongo a Mbeli, because Berit, excuse me, is the covenant.
Yeah, Berit is Hebrew.
Yeah.
Covenant, and it comes from a root word that means to cut.
Yeah.
And when you want to cut, you use an mbeli.
Mbeli. This is mbeli,
which is the knife.
Yeah, and it is a Kongo mbeli. Because the Ark of the Covenant was taken by our ancestors when they had to fight the people, for example. So when they were struggling on the battleground, they would take the Ark of the Covenant because it was the presence of God. So Mbeli here, okay, it is the covenant with God, but Mbeli also refers to war, because a Kongo was, or Ya Kongo was the protector of his people. And here again, we have Kongo. So the Ark of the Covenant bears the name Kongo. The candelabrum bears the name Congo. The trigram bears the name Congo. Can we go down, please? So here we have Mba Kongo Ka. So this is the seven branch candelabrum. And here we have a Congo, which is the Ark of the Covenant. Look at the letters here. The Nun, Vav, K. Here, Nun, Vav, K. Yes. So here we have to read from left to right, Congo, whereas here we have to read from right to left, but it's the same letter.
It's the same.
Yes. So it's
just mirrored, reversed.
Yeah. It's we call it a chiasma. A chiasma. In French, we say chiasme. But because it's all about mathematics as well. It's a script, but it's mathematics as well. So here we have Congo.
Amazing.
So
it's also pointing to the center.
Yeah. to the
correct?
center as
Because
well. To the
from
center
left
as
you
well.
go right, and from right you go left. So it's pointing to the center. So
Yeah,
Congo is the
yeah,
center.
yeah, yeah, indeed.
Mm.
So here we have 3 continents, 1, 2, 3, Congo, 1, 2, 3, Congo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really is a trigram. So can you
Yes.
go down, please?
Yes. We can see that now.
So let's go back to 2 Chronicles 7, verse 14. If my people who are called by my name, Congo, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Now, the time has come for our healing because we are humbling ourselves. We are turning our faces to the true God who is Congo. So, in conclusion, I would say we are Congo, the people of Congo, who is a supreme being, the people of which 2 Chronicles 7, verse 14 talks about.
Get
Can you go down, please? So if you want to know more, it's in my book. And I thank you for your attention.
Yes. And where can we get your book? Where can people get your book?
So presently we're running out of stock, but we'll have very in the coming weeks a new delivery. So I will let you know, Brother Kefas. But in France, people can have it at the Librairie Tamery, Bookshop Tamery in Paris. But I will let you know.
Okay. Now I know it's in French. Is there English translation?
Yeah, the English translation is we have started translating the book in English, and when it's ready, I will let you know. We'll let you know. So the title in French is Foi et théologie Congo, un héritage à transmettre, volume 2, l'Arche de l'Alliance et le Trigram divin du Royaume Congo aux îles de la Caraïbe, ou Trois roches à diffé, tout pas tout toi toi.
That's a long title.
Yeah, in English, Faith and Congo Theology, so a heritage to be transmitted. Second volume, The Ark of the Covenant and the Divine Trigram, from the Kingdom of Congo to the Caribbean, or Trois roches à diffé, tout pas tout toi toi. Trois roches à diffé, it's the so-called Creole language, but we call it Kikami, which is the language of Black people. Because
yes, Kikami.
because with Ajupa Congo, we have been sent in a mission to the Caribbean, because most of the people in the Caribbean are Congos. Great
Yes,
majority.
that's true. Professor Kimoya, this presentation was, I think, most excellent. I don't see how anyone who follows this presentation from start to end can doubt it. I don't see, because the presentation is accurate. Yes, it's based on facts and archaeological finds in the Lovomotif, and you have presented the true source of our Kikongo language. And I have done a video with Dr. Luca a few weeks back.
I saw
entitled, In the Beginning Was Bukongo. And what you have presented today just follows that exact premise. In the beginning was the paleo Kongo, which is older than the hieroglyphs and older than the so-called Hebrew script of ancient times. Between 200 and 200,000, right? And 300,000 years ago. That's my goodness. Because when we follow the timeline of the Bible, we are told by theologians that the world, the Adamites, or humans just exist for 6,000 years. That's a huge time gap.
It's at the very beginning of Homo sapiens, the so-called Homo sapiens, as scientists, put it.
Mm-hmm.
So 300,000 years. It's the times. It's when Homo sapiens appeared.
Yes, yes, yes. So, people, if you have any question, of course, you can always reach out to me, email me, let me know what you think of this presentation of our dear beloved Professor Mama Kimoya. And if you have loved this presentation, also let me know so we can invite her back and and to continue this conversation, to continue to reveal that we indeed are the ancient people. We are the firstborn of the Bible, who are called the ancient people, right? The ancient of days. That's who we are. Kongo. Yes, we are Kongo. Bana Zulu. We are the children of heaven. Amazing, amazing. Mama Kimoya, are there any last words you wish to share about your organization? Where can people support your work? Is there any place how people can support what you're doing?
Yeah, thank you. I work in an organization called Ajuba Congo, and we have our headquarters in Guadeloupe, but we also work in continental Congo and in France and in Martinique as well. So in the French West Indies so far. Ajuba Congo was created in 2020. The aim was to make our culture and spirituality known. So Congo culture and civilization. We are in 2023, we came back to Congo with one of our Guadeloupean brother, Bernard Dendele Leclerc, who is a Congo, but his ancestors, they came from Congo in the 19th century, so they arrived in Guadeloupe, and he came back to the village of his ancestors. It was just wonderful. So our work is to take our people and make them come back.
And bring them back.
Yeah, make them back to Congo, because it's a promise, a divine promise. Congo said, it told us, I will bring you back to your country. I will bring you back to Congo. So this is what.
And you are one of the angels he's using. Okay? You are one of the angels. Yes, because it is written, I will send my angels, my saints. Those angels are messengers, teachers, like you and I. So you are one of them who is sent. Who is sent? Because to be sent, as my interpretation of that text is that you must stand before the presence of the one who is sending you, and you have stood in the presence of one of the great ancestors, and you have been sent. So you are one of the angels who is preaching, teaching, and revealing to bring our people back. And as we are returning, we are not just returning into our original spirituality, we also must return into our economic power and our political power. But to do that, we must return to the land with the right mind, so renewed mind in the spirit of Congo, and establish ourselves also economically. Because when we become economically strong, we will also have a stronger political position. The Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastes, money answers everything. So we must become strong economically so we can be strong politically. That's something that I have received, from the spirit of Congo, what was told to me, and I believe it. I believe that is the way, and you are doing a tremendous work, powerful work, really amazing how the spirit of Congo is using you. Yeah, Ya Congo, Tata Congo is using you to, based on your education, you studied theology, you studied Hebrew, you studied Greek, and everything. All those knowledge is coming to use. Yeah, I really loved what you have presented. It goes in line with everything that the Most High, Ya Congo, revealed and spoke to me, and also in my conversations with Dr. Luya Luca, who is a spiritualist. He's one who is really studied the Bokoko,
Congo, yeah.
which is the spirituality of our ancestors, revealing the traditional ways that we used to worship. And it's based on the divine practice, and not demonic, divine practice, because that's the way of Congo, Nzila Congo, right? That's the way of Congo. So I'm really humbled that you came on my platform to speak to me and all my subscribers and those who watch me in secret, to reveal all this powerful, powerful knowledge. Matondo, Matondo, Matondo. Thank you so much, Professor Kimoya.
Matondo. Mon nom bento ondele, Matondo mamingi mbuta Kefas, kitika angone fude inki Congo, kitika bika ya Congo kakusambula, katata mana mukusalisa, mukutwalisa, mukuzangula mpe, kitika.
Ingeta. My Congo is not that good, but I understood it.
You understood? Yeah.
I've understood. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing.
Thank you.
I receive it.
Okay. Thank you.
And so, precious subscribers, viewers, family, thank you for watching from start to end. And make sure to subscribe and like and share this video. 58% of you watching are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure to subscribe. Mama Kimoya, I understood that you also have a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
please send me the link or the name of the YouTube channel, and I can add it in the description box.
Okay. So I will send it along with our link, our Facebook link. Because we have a Facebook, Ajupa Congo, and our email address as well, if people want to help us financially.
So. Yes, of course. Send me all the details, and I will make sure to add it in the description box so people can reach out to you, and also subscribe to your social media accounts. So once again, thank you. We say Matondo until we meet again, and of course, may Congo reign. Ingeta.
Thank you, Brother Kefas. Thank you.